on behalf of the chairman of OOU, Dr. OOU-AC-CMS, and the president of OOU cooperative, Professor OOU-AC-CMS, I want to welcome everyone of us to this very important program. You will agree with me that in this present Nigeria, economic sustainability is not only relevant and important to business organizations, but it has become very, very crucial to individuals to be able to sustain their economic life cycle. So that comes that I'm going to commence the event that all of us are here to participate in. And we're going to start with the opening formalities, which begins with the anthem, the national anthem and the university anthem, which the people at the side of the Ghanaian will assist us to do. So I want to openly request that all of us rise as we take the anthems. Thank you very much. And now return to your seats. Moving forward on the program, we introduce the personalities who are going to sit on the front table here. The first person I'm going to introduce is the number one citizen of the OOU. I saw him a while ago, the president of corporate, Dr. OOU-AC-CMS. very much. And again, I will move on in the introduction by also recognizing the presence of our president of the OOU-AC cooperative, in person of our elder Professor OOU-AC-CMS. Our hands together, please. Thank you very much, sir. And also, I will go on to introduce the other members of the board, from the vice president. I think it's very wonderful for all. That's why we can begin. We need to at least use our applause to appreciate them. Then the treasurer of the association, Dr. A.A.R.D. Again, I will introduce the assistant secretary, the person of Dr. Mrs. N.E. I think this is around. Again, we have the mouthpiece of the organization, the public relations officer, Dr. S.O. or Naramonju. And moving forward is to introduce other members of the association of the board. Mr. A.A. Babala is one of the members of the board. Is he around? Also, another member of the board is Dr. M.M. Dosumo. Dr. M.M. Dosumo. We welcome our chairman of ASU. You welcome, sir. And also, we have as member of the board, Dr. S.M. Pedro. And there are ex-official members, the past president of ASU Cooperative, Dr. J.A. Oewale. And then past secretary, Professor O.O. Kaisawo. Thank you very much. Having done that, I will also wish to introduce another important personality in the house who is representing the director of cooperative services on this program, the person of Mr. F.O. Show and the national director in the of services. And before we can commence the program, I would like to introduce our member here, the Deputy Vice Chancellor and the President of our Mola, Professor Chuto or Jeremy. Can we put our hands together? I don't think that is enough for her. Okay, thank you. Yeah, the next of the program is to receive the welcome address of the President of OOU-AC Cooperative, and that will be taken by Professor O.O. the President. I will consider the round of applause.
Good morning, everybody. I welcome all to this national program we put together by your society. I have the pleasure and honor to welcome also to this program the honorary chairman of our chapter, Dr. Joseph Awolowo. And also, I want to welcome the Global Director of Cooperative Services for the local government, who I believe is also representing the State Director of Cooperative Services in this program. That's the and also welcome especially our resource person, we have two of them here, Pastor Lulu from the cooperative, Fagam and Professor Ojulaya, who is because I know that only yesterday this place was filled because of our ASO conference that we have. And I know it will be easy for many of our members who travel yesterday from our campuses in Agito, Ibo, and Shaka to be here today. So for those of us who have sacrificed to be here, including those of the same campus who are here, I want to especially welcome you warmly and thank you for your presence. My job is easy, is to thank and welcome you and to tell you that it is the mandate you gave us that we are trying to carry out. And what is that mandate you gave the ESCO? To see to the welfare. And so it was in pursuit of that we organized this type of program last year. And at the level of the board, we felt that we should still do this program this year, in spite of how tight things have been. And so that's why we said before the expiration of 2025, we want to put this program together. We are having two topics that will be given by our resource persons. I want us to be attentive and take notes. And beyond being attentive and take notes, let's be determined to apply cooperative lessons, the things that we share today. Let's apply it to our lives. So when we take steps on it, that we can say we are really benefited. As you very well know, this cooperative is the welfare arm of our union. And so we have no other way of helping ourselves than through this cooperative. So I believe that today the resource person will be sharing with us secrets of how to maximally benefit from cooperative facilities, to improve our life, to make our family better, even for our career. So once again, I want to welcome all of us all into this program and ask us to please let us be attentive, take notes, and go from this place. Well, write your questions, because we're also going to have time to ask our questions. So leave this place determined to implement the things that are applicable to your life. Before I leave this place, I want to appeal and discuss with the organizers that because we are starting late, I want to plead with our resource persons. Please reduce the time for your sharing so that the people can have time to ask questions and we will be able to have interactive time. So, and I know that we know how to do that so that we'll have more time for questions and along that. So once again, I thank everybody and welcome to this special program.
Thank you very much, sir. President, we can see inspiration in what you have said. We can see determination to achieve and make the cooperative move forward and to greater heights. Thank you very much, sir. That is speech of hope. We appreciate that. We'll move on to the program inauguration of the workshop, and that will be taken by the State Director of Cooperative Services, who is being represented here by Mr. F. Ochoa, the Senior Director of Cooperative Services in the program area.
On this, I declare the seminar will be in the name of the Father, the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We have a serious business to attend to here, so we see that we are getting everything snappy, so that we can go to the crux of the event program, and that is where we are now. The elders of the land say that tí a bá ti dé ibi iṣẹ́ ṣíṣe ni àríṣẹ́máṣe òǹgàgà ni ọ̀rẹ́. Here we are not busy people. We now get to the business of the matter. And on that note, that I'm going to invite to the podium our first resource person, a competent hand for that matter, who is going to be handling the topic cooperation, financial inclusion and empowerment. And it's going to be done by Mr. OOU-AC-CMS, the President, Shagamu, CMS Limited. The round of applause again. Very huge one to encourage our resource person. I can see it. Thank you very much.
I'm sorry, there's a way we put ourselves in community, but I've not heard such here since I came. Like, what to beat ourselves? Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. There. Everywhere. Thank you very much. Cooperative is very, very good for people who participate in it, and also for those that will manage it. In the light of that, let me just go straight to my presentation today. Now, the topics that we need to raise pathway from the present economic crisis to sustainable livelihood. Pathway. Now, this paper exactly how members can navigate the hardship and tough period we experience into a meaningful and prosperous way of life. We all know that in Nigeria now, we have problem of finance, funds, inadequacies, unemployment, high inflation, inadequate infrastructural facilities, political instabilities, insecurity, and a host of other unpaid hardship and high level of poverty experienced by the populace. The paper we look at is the distinct picture of cooperative as self-help, best help, an approach to solving the problem of our members and societies at large, like job creation, economic growth, income generation, and social welfare in the area of education, healthcare, support vulnerable populations such as farmers, artisans, retirees, and women. So why do I say these people are vulnerable, the farmers and artisans? Because they are neglected. People don't really, I'm a farmer. We have applied to government several kinds of support for days and things like that. But it's not that how did we get any support? So that said, some of them are called women, the retirees. So retirees will get paid after their office. civil servants, trade groups, artisans, corporate and multinational organizations, religious and other social groups, offering credit and financial services, housing, insurance, healthcare and other potentials that cause social and economic relief and well-being to the people. They are based on the fact that together a group of people can achieve goals that none of them will achieve if pursued alone individually. That is cooperative, being a self-help and group of people coming together, you can achieve a lot. Example is our loan that we give out, credit facilities. Most people cannot take loan from the banks because of the interest. But with cooperative, you can get loan times 2, times 3, 200% of what you have there. So let's go straight to the definition. According to the International Cooperative Alliance, ICA, in a statement on the cooperative identity, 1995, we define cooperative that is an autonomous association of persons united voluntarily to meet their common economic, social, and cultural needs and aspirations through a jointly owned and democratically controlled enterprise. Next one. It's a business enterprise that aims at complete identity of the component factors. The component factors are ownership, control, and use of services. These are 3 distinct features that differentiate cooperative from other business. Now, the 3 main groups, let me explain. The person who owns the business, the shareholders and investors. The person who controls or manages them, decision makers or managers. And the person who uses their services. In a typical capitalist business, especially large enterprise and multinational corporations, these 3 are separate and distinct groups. But in cooperatives, the owners are also the manager, the customers who consume the products. Now let me explain this better. Cooperative, I want to explain that ownership, manager, customer. In cooperative, we, the cooperators, we own the business, the cooperative, because we cooperate, we all put money together and own the business. Amongst us, we also get managers, people who manage the business. And then the third one, we are also the consumer of the products. You can see, it is different from multinational organizations like Nestle, for example. Nestle, who owns Nestle? Nestle is a public limited liability company. The investors, the shareholders, owns it. They are different from the people managing it, the FD and other people. They don't know themselves. And thirdly, the people that consume the product, they don't know them. If I go to any store now to buy food, I don't know the owner of Nestle. I don't know the MD. But the cooperatives, we are the owners, we are the managers, and we are also the consumers of the products. And that is what differentiates cooperative from other businesses. Next slide. Hence, cooperative is often seen as owner, manager, customer type of business, like I've explained. The operations of cooperative are based on laws, rules, and bylaws that have been prepared in tandem with several internationally acceptable principles. There is several internationally acceptable principles of cooperative. The first one is voluntary and open membership. Cooperative is open. You can join voluntarily. Nobody is saying anybody cannot join. But when you join, you must also abide by the responsibilities. Number 2, democratic membership control. In cooperative, any decision that is about to be taken or to be taken, it has to be democratic. Majority, like they say, minority have their say, majority have their way. So when we want to take a decision in cooperative, it is democratic. We vote sometimes, and that is why sometimes when we want to get the executive of cooperative, we always make sure that they are all numbers. 5, 3, 5, 7, 9, things like that. Then number 3, members' economic participation. It is mandatory. When you are a cooperative member, you must put money. Your economic participation, you must contribute to the joint cause of the cooperative. Some people join cooperative and you hardly see them making money. No. If you're a member of the cooperative and you want to benefit, you want to consume our product, you must also be the economic participation, you also contribute money there. Then autonomy and independence. Cooperative is independent of wherever. For example, as cooperative here, I'm sure you are autonomous, you are independent of the universities. Yes, the university may contribute some things, but you take your decision without consulting the university management. So the cooperative, the autonomy is start on our own, and we are independent. We do things on our own according to our bylaws. Number 5, education, training, and information. Cooperative educates their members. They send their members on training. They send information to them. There are seminars, conferences, workshops that cooperative do provide so that members can learn. They can be informed. They can be trained about the cooperative activities. And even now, we are trying to bring up the youth cooperative. We discovered that most of the cooperative, especially the cooperative outside, we have older people there. The young people are lagging behind. So we're trying to bring up the youth cooperative so that the youth we can hand over to them. Let them come and learn what to do in cooperative so that they can also develop their own cooperative. Cooperation among cooperatives. In cooperative, we cooperate among ourselves. I want to give you a solid example. There was a time a cooperative, a member of the cooperative, took loan from a particular cooperative and he didn't pay back. And he went to another cooperative. When this one got to know, they called. So is happening. Of course, that was what they told him. No, the money you are owing, go and pay back us. That is cooperation and also. And anything we want to do, we come together as one and do it together. Then number 7, concern for the community. This is a university community. The cooperative must be concerned. They must do something worthwhile for this community to help the community. Next slide. Now, types of cooperative. Because of our time, let's talk about this. Next slide. Now, I want us to briefly look at the Nigerian economic outlook. Every year, there's always an economic outlook for the country. We will look at some things like our gross domestic product. Gross domestic product is a value of goods and services produced by a country within a period, usually a year. In Nigeria, we look at the GDP of Nigeria grew by 3.9% in the second quarter of 2025 from 3.2%. Inflation rate. Inflation was 1.6% in 2024, driven by high food prices, naira depreciation, before moderating to 20.7% in 2025 because of the new reform of the present government. Foreign reserve. Look at our foreign reserve that improved happened of Nigeria between 2021 and 2024. Now, what are the causes of Nigeria economic crisis? There are several factors that contribute to the economic crisis in Nigeria. The first one is over-reliance on oil export. We depend too much on oil. And our dependence is bad in the sense that we do not have value. We just export our crude. We export our cocoa without adding value. Imagine what is happening in Dangote now. I can tell you for free that because of Dangote, our foreign exchange is coming down. Because before now, everybody wants forex to import fuel. Imagine, we take our raw oil, take it abroad, they will find it and sell it times 3 to us or more than that. But because somebody now come up and say, okay, we need to do something about this, the refinery came up and we can see the advantage of that refinery. And because we depend so much on this export of oil, when it fluctuates with global oil prices, we can budget now. Let's say Nigeria at the beginning of the year, we budget, okay, this is our budget for oil, maybe at $50. And there is fluctuation, and it goes down and drop to about $30 per barrel. You can imagine, it's going to affect the budget because we have prepared our budget at $50 per barrel. So that is the disadvantage of this over-reliance on exports. Then inflation. You look at inflation, the high inflation rate driven by factors like food shortages, currency depreciation, all these are eroding purchasing power of the people. There's very, very high inflation. People that produce food, they cannot bring them out because the roads are bad or because there is no storage facilities. Sometimes you can't even process. You can imagine a cocoa farmer who has produced cocoa in large quantities cannot take it, cannot process it to chocolates. But other countries will collect this cocoa from us, process it, make chocolate, and then bring it back to this country. So some of these things are affecting us. Number 4 is the poor infrastructure. Inadequate infrastructure include roads, power, logistics, all this hampered economic growth and increased costs. Then the fifth one is corruption. There is so much corruption in the country. Anywhere you go, you have to fight corruption. And because of this mismanagement of public funds, and then the way government also spend, it has affected the country and it has caused a lot of economic crisis to us. If only we can manage this corruption very well or eradicate it, honestly, Nigeria will not have to be. Insecurity, another crisis. Today now, we all know in the last 2 or 3 months, there has been all these bandits going everywhere, kidnapping people in the farm. Farmers cannot go to their farms again because of insecurity. And government is trying to tackle it. And we can see America now is coming up and saying they are going to help us. We can help ourselves. We can. So if all these things, if they are in place, I'm sure the economic crisis of Nigeria will go down. No agricultural productivity. We produce with old equipment, outdated farming practices, inadequate infrastructure, bad roads, lack of storage facilities. I went to Lagos. There's a place called OOU in Lagos. Everybody that produces plantain, they bring to OOU. Go there, you see rotten plantains everywhere. If we have good storage facilities, these things will be processed and stored. And that is why you find that in the developed countries, corn and some other products, they need them through the year. Either it's in season or out of season, they are consuming them. Why? Because they are able to store those things. When you store them, when it's out of season, you can use them. Then poor policy implementation and physical discipline in the area of excessive government spending. know the way government spend so much, and then borrowing too. When you borrow, you use it for infrastructure, business, something that will yield things. But when we borrow and we use it for things that does not add value to the nation or to the economy, it's going to create economic crisis for us. All the above factors have combined to create a challenging economic environment in Nigeria, with significant implications for poverty, inequality, and human development. Cooperative as a way out. We've spoken about cooperative today. That cooperative is self-help, best help, coming together of people to achieve a common goal. Nigeria economic crisis presents significant challenges, but cooperative offers a viable solution for individuals, communities, and societies at large to achieve sustainable livelihood. Cooperatives are member-owned business that operate for the benefit of their members. They provide a platform for people to pool resources together. We all pool our resources, bring our money, and contribute economic participation. That's one of the functional principles. We share risk. I don't know if many of you know that cooperative sharing. We invest in some business and it goes into a loss. And when it goes into a loss, we don't share the risk. That is the risk. In any business, there is business risk. We all know today business is going up, tomorrow it will come down. So the same thing applies to cooperatives too. When we give out loans sometimes, we invest in a business that is still going up after some time. Okay, let's say for example, this issue of fish farming. The last maybe around June or July, there was a particular rain that fell for morning, I think for about 2 days. I'm telling you, it lost a lot of money. A lot of money. In Shagam, where I reside, a particular place there in the morning, people are just picking fishes on the road. Yes, it's good for you, but the person who has invested that money, you'll be crying. So look at the risks that cooperative are. Then access to market. You provide access to market. Tell people you can buy here, you can buy here, and also goods and services. Now, benefits of cooperative. Number one is economic empowerment. They mobilize savings, provide better facilities, and facilitate access to market, thereby enhancing economic opportunities. Number two is job creation. Cooperative create jobs and employment for people in various sectors, such as agriculture. When we fund, we give credit to farmers. Of course, farmers go to his farm and plant, and then employ people. Without employing, after producing, some people have to process maybe cassava, when you turn cassava to garri. Some people will be in charge. Then manufacturing of goods and services, healthcare, and then trade and services. Number three, food security. They improve food production, processing, and distribution. Food loans to farmers, training, thereby enhancing food security, social protection. They provide settlement for members by offering insurance. How do you all know that cooperative provide insurance to their members now? You can insure, you can form as a group insurance and insure their members. In fact, this NHIS too, it is available in cooperative. You can do NHIS, and when you go to your hospital, you need to pay. Then healthcare and other benefits. Bye-bye. Okay, training and capacity development. They train members by way of seminars, workshops, conferences, skill acquisition, and and leadership training. Pathway to sustainable livelihood. Cooperative is a way that can give you sustaining livelihood in present economic crisis. Why do I say that? If you go to the banks now, the interest rate in the commercial banks now range between 28 to 32%, depending on the loan. If you want to start a business, when you are a business and you take back the loan, most times it's difficult to pay back because of the high interest. But in cooperative, when you put your money in cooperative, you can pay times 2. In some cases, times 3. You also have special loans. You have commodity loans. So many loans that are available in cooperative. And when you join, things can lead to pathway. So we say formation and capacity building. The establishment of cooperative will provide training and capacity building programs such as tech skill, vocational training, agriculture, and other relevant skills, and impacted the lives of their members. Access to cheap finance, cooperative credit facilities. Cooperative facilities credit facilities to members at low interest rate compared to what other banks charge and the rate of cooperative structure. Yes. Number 3, market linkages. Cooperative connects members, value chain and supply chain. If you are selling something and others don't, they connect the market. Value addition. Support in value added activities such as storage, processing, and packaging. Like I said, if you harvest anything, cooperative will help you to process it. So you have added value to what you have produced. Finally, number 5, policy support. Cooperative advocates for policy support from government. They talk to government, oh, this government do this for us. We say cooperative relation and water. The last cooperative something we had, they asked government that they can you give cooperative about 2 billion so that they can use it among themselves and then increase the life of their members. In conclusion, cooperative remains an important component of Nigerian economy, catering for the financial and economic needs of majority of poor and rural developers by providing credit facilities, sales of consumables, housing, jobs, capacity building, etc. This helps eradicate poverty among members through self-help, best-help initiatives. Thank you.
Now, we go for the second presentation without wasting our time, but before then, we have some important personalities here that we need to also recognize. I have with me Mr. S.F. Alakia, who comes along with the Zonal Director the other time. You are welcome, sir. And again, I also have a very relevant personality here, a fellow of the Institute of Cooperative Professionals of Nigeria, and also an administrative manager of OOU-AC-CMS, the person of Mr. Liga Koruti. You are welcome, sir. And let's move straight to the next business of the day. And that is the second presentation to be taken by a professor, Professor A.O. or Naya, Otunaya, sorry, from the Department of Cooperative and Rural Development under the University of Hawaii. He'll be talking to us on leveraging cooperatives for economic stability and wealth creation. I believe we are all working because we want to reach. He will tell us the secret behind money this afternoon. And I think I'll also take my pen. Instead of doing OOU, I think he wants to tell us OOU that we will not need to sacrifice human parts.
The chairman, the president of our cooperative, Professor OOU-AC-CMS, and every member of the management committee. I want to really appreciate you for giving me this opportunity. So we are to speak briefly on beyond financial gains, the rules of cooperative. So, the rules of cooperative is sustainable livelihood. So that is So now, because of our time, the previous speaker has put up much about cooperative, so I don't want to repeat it, how important cooperative is to our life and to our welfare. So let's go on to it. Now, but the problem that this evidence right to life is many of us that are here, we find that we are cooperating physically together. We want to get low. But I am here to tell you that cooperating is not just about letting loan, paying loan. There are so many things, so many benefits that you can get for cooperative about cooperative. And from what he has said, you realize that we are the cooperative because it's our business, owned by ourselves, run by ourselves, and I am not benefiting everything. So I want you to have that at the back of the mind. And also, we will also realize that these days we have the rich and the poor. And we as lecturers, I don't think we can call ourselves rich. Do you agree with me? But we are not poor anyway. Maybe we are upper lower. This seminar, therefore, highlight the roles of cooperative as cooperative agent for building sustainable livelihood, so that the case won't be where you don't know why you are a cooperative other than taking loan, and you ask another person, my friend, is there anything we can benefit from this cooperative apart from this? Me too, I don't know. So we don't want it to be like that. So, well, I won't want to belabor us with this again. The last speaker has spoken to us about the uniqueness of cooperative, because it's very, very important for you to understand the uniqueness of cooperative, for you to benefit maximally from cooperative. And also, you know that cooperative runs on principles and values. We are, you know, he has also said that. So let's move on. And because of the principles and values of cooperative and the goal of cooperative, we found that cooperative, one of the basic things is that
we are, improving on welfare of our members. We are improving on welfare of our members, and in doing that, we are aligned with the UN Sustainable Development Goals, which is 1 to 17, as we know. And the very first one there is no poverty. No poverty. So, and that is what every member of cooperative seems to know, that we don't want to be poor, we want to escape from poverty. So we want to get loan to buy car, we want to get loan to buy land, to get it together. But beyond that, there are so many things that can make our life sustainable, according to UN. And this also in line with the goals of cooperative. Now, talking about sustainable development, just to tell us that when all the activities we are doing as lecturer, if whatever you do now that will affect your future, it means not sustainable. If, for example, you buy a car and you cannot send your child to school, you cannot pay the school fees, that means that increase or the achievement, so to speak, is not a sustainable one. So the role of cooperative in building sustainable livelihood, that is what we want to really look at now. So in the face of inflation, unemployment, just as mentioned in the earlier speaker, how can we move ahead? And we were said that ordinarily every one of us we know that want to escape from poverty. So we are taking loan, we are repaying, we are buying assets, but that is not. So conventionally, there are 4 key roles that cooperative plays. The first thing is closing wealth gap, so that you don't see the rich far away, and people are doing things you cannot do. Maybe your salary cannot just do it. There is no way, as a Nigeria of today, there is no way you can save money on your own and say you want to go and build a house. You can save money and say I want to build a house. It's not feasible. Even to buy car now these days, I'll be saving my salary. I want to buy car. It's becoming very difficult. So, and it is not good for you to be working and be seeing people doing great things. Maybe because they are working in a highly paid organization. And then one will now resort to feel that, no. So cooperative is there to help you, to drive you closer to those rich people, so that the wealth gap can be closed. Then collective strength, when we come together, we become strength. We have voice, we have strength, to achieve a lot together. Then local capital circulation, we see that people bring their money. I remember sometimes ago, we had about one of our professors who put so much money in this cooperative, because I remember one of our AGM meeting where this was mentioned, that the man had so much money in cooperative, he did this. People like me, I need money. When I put money there, I want to get it. But the man did not take money. So somebody who has so much money to put, and somebody who needs money, can you see that the two of them can meet, and the money will be what? Circulating. The money will be circulating. So that's the essence of cooperative. The money will be moving, it will be in the hand of you. Then, in terms of empowerment. Then, beyond the direct financial benefit, cooperative society provides alternative approach to dealing with socio-economic challenges affecting our life. In other words, it provides alternative approach for us and these are the 3 main areas that cooperatives help us beyond taking loan. Beyond taking loan, these 3 areas, cooperative affect our lives. Cooperative can improve us, but as time will allow us to quickly go. So let's see the social impact next, which is community empowerment.
I believe that all of us will know at the dot of 70, we will retire. And when we are still here too, we are saying our table is not taking us close to home. So we need cooperative can actually organize training to empower us even while on job here, so that we know what to do. We see people who are retiring, they don't know what to do. It's part of what we can do to empower our members, so that even before they retire, they know what to do. These are our students in the cooperative rural development. So they are undergoing training on some of these locations. They know what they can do even as a student, to help themselves to survive in school. Then support for small enterprises. You can start something when you have the idea. Cooperative is there to help. Bring your idea to cooperative. Oh, I want to start so this small business. Discuss with the cooperative. Cooperative will support you. We will, tell you, okay, how to go about it. So it's not just for you to come and take loan. No, we are there to support your business ideas and to help you, because we are doing fun together, and we can help you not only in money, even the technical know-how, cooperative and provide it for you. Yes. Then food security in terms of community reinvestment. As we know that cooperative does not spend its money only for itself. We invest in the community where we are. And as a result, as a cooperative, we can invest to solve problems around us. For example, one of the problems around our university environment is accommodation for staff and students in all our campuses. Transportation is one of our problems. The function of cooperative to think of what can we do. We may decide to liaise with maybe a vehicle dealer, and provide vehicle for our members at subsidized or at on instrumental basis, so that they can pay conveniently. Company may decide out of their surplus, build staff quarters, build student hostel. I know of a university that has, you see the cooperative hostel, because I paid for best place. I paid 180,000 best place. You see the room. Father, I said, this cooperative is, and they are making so much money. So all this, they are solving problems. They are actually solving problems. So we are there to solve problems, not only our members, but the community that we have. So we can do that. We can invest in housing. We can invest in so many things based on the problem around us. Then in terms of security, we know that our members are given the fact that the economy is somehow and the take home is not reaching far. So we may decide to improve our food security. That one lecturer that are on by mobilizing food. How? We decide to create farm. We may create farm. I know that we have individuals that are farming on campus, and I know that our cooperative too has farm. But even beyond that, we can liaise with the university and get land, ask members who are interested, apportion land for them, support them with inputs, and we see one that before you know it, even this cooperative will be supplying family food for the whole of our government. So it is possible. And before we supply food to our government, definitely we are satisfied. so we can actually get food and we can involve in food stuff like that. Social responsibility. It is our role to make life better for our members and people around us. And that is one important thing about cooperative that everyone of us, that we are here to make life better for us. For example, if you go to CRP, that's the Department of Cooperative and Rural Development, they have the students, they have a student cooperative they run, and they have a shop, the consumer shop. If you get there, while other people are selling minerals on campus, 500 naira, it's 450. To make life better. Not only say how the student will buy, anybody can buy. Just to make life better. So that's social responsibility. We are socially responsible for better quality of life for everybody. Then, like the earlier speaker said, we are also to take care of our health. It's part of our responsibility as cooperative. One of the things cooperative will do for us. Our health. Enough of news of lecturers coming, dying suddenly. Many of our members are dying nationwide, and we wonder why. People stress. Some people they cannot afford to take good care of themselves. So cooperative can step in. Through insurance, we can organize insurance. In fact, we can subsidize our health facilities. So there are so many ways by which we can take care of our members. Then through distribution, you will observe that we will have certain things somewhere in abundance, will not be somewhere. It's part of what cooperative can do, to bring food to where it is needed. Thank God in our cooperative here, we do, we run a workshop there, and there you have opportunity to come and take food stock. So it's not a case of among people, no lecturer, no member of this cooperative union. If you need food, just see them there, you have right, you can take vegetable oil, take, and you will be fine. Even when the salary, if the salary is still not enough, you have all those things there. So it's part of the function of cooperative to make food available, to distribute food to us by creating avenue for us to have it. Then in terms of education and training, part of what we are doing now is part of the function of cooperative, for us, rules of cooperative, for us to understand all their benefits, everything that we need to do so as to be a better cooperator, to maximally utilize cooperative. Okay, let me quickly mention this. Because I repeated some of those areas of the weakness of cooperative the other time, but I don't want to repeat what the other speaker said. One thing about cooperative is we are the owner and we are the benefit. We are the one benefiting from it. But do you know that the benefit of cooperative does not go to the highest investor? What do I mean by investor? So cooperative is not meant, benefit is not distributed by the amount of investment you make there. It is depending on your patronage, how active you are. So some people, because I remember some time ago there was a debate on this, where some people believe that they can put their money in cooperative like bank. Oh, I don't need this money now. Let me go and be saving it in cooperative. No, cooperative is not bank. Don't bring your money to us like that. So if you put money in cooperative, it is expected of you to come and also use it. You must use that money. So if you don't use your money that you put there, you are not a good cooperator. You are not helping our cooperative. So if you are saving money in cooperative, definitely your return in terms of your, because you have low patronage, your benefit from that cooperative will be very low. Even when we are giving dividend, you're supposed to pay lower than somebody who is taking loan, because you are not helping our cooperative. So then next, we know in cooperative, we don't have male, we don't have female, we don't have rich or poor. We are one. And this is one important thing about cooperative that cooperative is doing. Because oftentimes what is causing problem in our society, is not happening in cooperative. So we have equality and social inclusion. Everybody is just one member, one vote. Okay? Next. Then social capital development. We know that cooperative deals through by working together, and as we work together, we know ourselves better. There are so many advantages in that, and that's why we see cooperative outside. Because of nature of our working, we don't do meetings, general meetings from time to time. But ordinarily, we're supposed to be meeting from time to time. Not only the annual general meeting that we do. And one of the reasons why we need to meet from time to time is that we must have this family feeling. We must be in the same spirit. We must know ourselves. There must be a kind of cohesion that we are together. We must know ourselves. And there are so many opportunities that we can derive from that. If I want to start a family, we have people from cricket, they are our members. I easily approach them because we are together. So there are so many things we can benefit out of. That is capital, social capital that we can gain as a cooperative. Next. Then build peaceful society. Like we said that cooperative, all this discrimination, nothing like that. There is no religion in cooperative. No Christian, no Muslim. No rich, no poor. No male, no female. We are all together. There is no Hausa, no Igbo, no Yoruba, all things that are dividing us. They are not in cooperative. We are all one. And because of that, we can build a peaceful society. Can you imagine if cooperative were to be our community? We won't have Boko Haram. So there will be peace all over. Then the second aspect, talking about the governance and the advocacy of cooperative. Cooperative, because of nature of cooperative governance, that we are one, and there is no special person in cooperative. Because of that, you see that it helps us to live peaceably. It provides good governance. It provides good governance in cooperative, and that helps to bring transparency, trust, accountability. Because nobody is special. You can walk up to the secretariat and say, okay, I want to see the account. We are all members. When we call meeting, you are free to ask any question. That is cooperative for you. So there is transparency, there is accountability, there is trust. Next. Then, good platform for government intervention. It's unfortunate that this is not happening. If government were to really, meet the needs. All these intervention funds that the government is going about. The government were really if they really mean business, to reach out to people. They can easily reach out to people to cooperate. Because it will provide a platform for us to implement whatever policy of the government. Then, yes, that mentioned, this is one of the things we are experiencing presently. Bandits here and there, kidnapping. Cooperative can help us resolve this problem. In cooperative, we know ourselves. And that's why every member of cooperative has number. You have cooperative number. And that number is your identity. To tell you that you are recognized, you are identified. And can you imagine if everybody in this belongs to cooperative? Can we have bandits? No, because immediately we shout, the stranger in our midst. Whosoever is not among us, we know. So it can help us to curb insecurity. Then you see many local leaders, they are developed and growing cooperative. You see local people, who are cooperative. You see some people, they've never been to school, they are not educated as in formal education, but they are leaders and they are performing wonderfully. They were trained in cooperative. Some key important information that they need to know. So it's part of our role to make people in OOU understand that maybe information policy, any innovation, any opportunity, and so on. These are CRP students that are doing that on campus. Then, you as a person, how do you leverage cooperative for your economic? Number one, align with your values. So when you are coming to cooperative, thank God this cooperative is a very strong one and very, very forgiving, and they are there to help you to fulfill your goals. So align your goals and your values with that of the cooperative. Then engage actively. Not that when they call meeting you are busy, they are not there, you won't come. No, that is not how to be a cooperative. And you cannot benefit maximally if they call meeting you are not there. Or they ask us to do something you are not doing. So then utilize resources. Like I said, take note. If there are opportunities, like you said, oh, okay, they want to empower people, they want to, who want to be actively engaged in it. Utilize those resources. Don't just come and put your money in cooperative. It is when you are active that the cooperative will role. And the last thing, reap the benefits. Reap the benefits. Be actively reaping benefits of cooperative. Take note when you are supposed to take note. Then, in conclusion, cooperative represents improving and resilient model for achieving economic stability and social development for sustainable livelihood by embracing the core cooperative principles. Communities can construct inclusive and sustainable economy that benefit everyone. Join the growing cooperative movement to empower yourself and secure your community's economic future. Together, we can forge lasting economic opportunities and foster shared wealth that uplift all members of the society. Thank you.
Alájẹṣẹ́kù tí mo mọ̀ gbogbo ló lè ṣe. Alájẹṣẹ́kù tí mo mọ̀ gbogbo ló lè ṣe o. Kò dìgbà tẹ́ ẹ bá ń rè báńkì o. Kò dìgbà tẹ́ ẹ bá ṣe lápò o. Alájẹṣẹ́kù tí mo mọ̀ gbogbo ló lè ṣe.
Thank you very much. Gbogbo ló lè ṣe. Kò dìgbà tá a bá ṣe ìyàwó. I believe you have learned the cooperative way of OOU that is legitimate and not criminal from our able professor who is a professional in that field. Thank you very much for that very good presentation. Now, ladies and gentlemen, before we proceed, I want to specifically appreciate our members from outside Agwewu, from Shagamu. Can you raise your hand? Members from Shagamu, let us appreciate them. Members from Ijagu, can you wave SCU? Members from Ayotoro. All the way from Ayotoro, as much as this. Thank you very much. Ara ilé mi náà, ọmọ Ayotoro ni. So I don't know. All right, thank you very much. Now it's time for the engagement of the issue. A lot of questions would have been, popping, jumping, and exercising within our stomach and our chest. It is time to raise questions, comments, and engage the issue proper. So, if you have anything of this, can you please raise your hand for numbering? Another person number 2. Another person number 3. Number 3. Only 3 people? Okay. Alright. So we transfer the microphone to number 1 person to ask their question or make comments.
Thank you, MC. Let me appreciate the cooperative society for this valuable seminar of talk, of training, and also appreciate all our distinguished personalities on the front side of the table, particularly the speakers and the resource persons. We cannot thank you enough. I have 2 questions, or do I say issues that need clarification. Let me start with one that was uniform, that was mentioned by the 2 speakers. It's a uniform thing. I heard the 2 of you talk about cooperatives helping us to solve the problem of banditry or insecurity. I am not very clear, and I was very happy when I heard that. So I would want the 2 resource persons or any of them to please shed more light. Now this is where I'm coming from. We might think that when Professor Kunaya was sharing his own, he added some insight when he said, if all of us were to become members of cooperators, will it be possible for us to have bandits? He was the one that asked the question, and he was the one that was answering it too. And he said, no, that we won't have bandits because there won't be visitors. But you and I know that the bandits that we have in this country, they are not strangers. They are not strangers. They are not foreign people among the people. They are actually those who are leading us with all the information that we be having. I don't think it is right to say that bandits are people who do not belong to a particular group of people. They are actually those who know the people inside out. So how exactly, what specific step will cooperative use to get us solve that problem of insecurity or remove banditry? Now the other question has to do with how we can use our money or our common strength to solve financial problems. Actually, one of the reasons I'm attending this training is to learn that. You know, by the nature of money, when you apply for cooperative loan, the cooperator will give you, they will grant you. Maybe you apply for 5 million, and what you have in mind to do, as at the time you were putting yourself together, was around 4 million. And by the time the cooperative fee is due, by the inflation that we have in the country, the thing has risen to about 6 million, and you are able to collect 4 million. How do you manage that you should be able to do that which you plan to do, and not spend the money on something else? Beyond that you collect cooperative money, what are the steps that we should take to avoid financial indiscipline and begin to spend the money on some other things? Even though I know that some of us are very prudent when it comes to things like that, we want to be sure that we spend the money. But because of the inflation that you see day in, day out, what specific steps can we take to avoid some problem? Thank you very much. Those are my questions.
The other time, I'm going to take some money as loan. I did not write the amount that for, and I want guarantor. He said, write the amount you wanted. I said, no, they don't write sign. I then wrote the amount. He said, I was going to know. At that time, it was 3 million. If you are right person, how can we get that? People are afraid to sign for 2 million. That is money. You know, they don't say that money. But people are afraid to put their hand on the thing. How do you have problem of grantorship? Getting loan to support any program you have in mind. Thank you very much.
Very much. I want to appreciate the resource persons and the organizers of this seminar. My own question is to ask the cooperative here that we've been told today that it's not about taking loans. That's not the only benefit you can get. What about commodities, making probably bulk purchase of household items? Other assets, like maybe a car or something. Is there a way one can benefit, that can have that kind of benefit through ASU cooperative? That's my question. When
people can see that you are getting so much money and they are not getting anything, it can lead to all this banditry. Some of them are not financially empowered. Some of them do not go to school. They don't have any vocational skill or anything. And they are like that. And they are seeing people doing all kinds of things, stealing our wealth. These are some of the things that led to this banditry and insecurity. But what can cooperative do to help out in this? One of them is advocacy. They can go to government, advise government. Government, look, this is what and what we can do to help, for you to make a pronouncement, to help. For example, I give one example the other time, that the State Cooperative Federation have asked the state government to give them grants so that they can distribute to their people. If these grants are given to people who can use it for their own personal skill, farming, manufacturing, or private health care, and also this is security too. Some of the causes of this insecurity is hardship. People don't have. They are going through a lot. It makes them to say, okay, I have to go and carry guns. Look at the laws now. The law is affected. Highly this insecurity. And you go to the law, the rate of education there is very, very low. They are not empowered, they are not educated. So little thing and they tie them to this insecurity. Then another thing that company can do is to prevent this insecurity. They can train members of vocational skill for us. And you don't know the hell out so they like that. So so if people are empowered, if they have something they are doing and they are like, of course, they will not look away from insecurity or banditry. Thank you. Okay, second question we have is how to use our money or strength to solve problems. The strength of the cooperative is togetherness. And it is a case of OOU-AC-CMS. Cooperative ọmọ ara owó ẹ̀kọ́ olúwa. Wọ́n á dẹ̀ ta fún àwọn tó yí ilẹ̀. They are two men, they are in between. You don't, the people have and people don't have. That is what cooperative is there for, self-help. Let's help ourselves. Now, concerning using money to solve our problem, some of us we need something they call financial education. We need to be trained on how to use money. Some people will take the loan for the cooperative and go and use it for burial. If you do that, you're looking for trouble. Because how do you pay back? You're also going to pay interest. But if you take the cooperative loan for your business, it's going to help you. I'm a farmer, I'm a poultry farmer. When I needed help to increase my balls, expenses, you must have the capacity to pay back. Thank you so much.
Somebody has the effect of inflation when you apply for a loan before the loan comes out, prices has gone up and things like that. That tells you that you really need to plan. You have to plan yourself. Know exactly when you need to know. And that's what the kind of cooperative we have. There's no delay. And I believe I'm saying the reality. Yes, once you apply, you are qualified. You get the loan as a 20 without anything. So you really, you don't have to go and take it home and are now thinking of what you need to know to do. You don't do that. You must know exactly what you know is on cooperative. Ordinarily, when you want to take loan, they will ask you for free form and they will tell you the purpose. If you now say, oh, I want to use the loan to do the area of mine, they will deny you because cooperative loan is not meant for that. Cooperative loan is strictly meant for investment purpose, something that will improve your life, not for marrying a new wife. No. If you put it there, they can say no. So we should remember that. Then how do we avoid diversion of food? That is your own property. As long as we are convinced that the reason you are giving to us and we are giving you the loan, it is expected that you will pay. If you divert, you are you must repay the loan, and that is where discipline comes in. We told you that cooperative is run on values and principles. Every member must have value of integrity. It's a must. You must have value of integrity. You can't tell us that we want to use this loan for investment and then we are gathering to burial ceremony. No, cooperative members don't do that. So we must avoid diversion and use the loan for the purpose for which we are fighting for them. Somebody asked about the issue of character when people don't want to sign, don't want to stay there. That comes to why we need to know ourselves. Those people sitting there, I know we are not still up to half of members of this conference. And for people that are seated here, at least if the people are know, if I want to feel for people outside my faculty, I will still can't up to tell people that I can say, and all the strength of my character, they will strive for. That will tell you that one, you need to come to meetings, let people know you. Then two, you must build character, cooperative runs of values. It runs on values. If you the last loan you took, in fact, they are not sending people to you to repay. Not that people can take cooperative loan, even as we are deducted from the source. There are situations, I know sometimes ago, where people will take this, what they call it, the one for who want to travel out or something, and they give them some, and people will need people with the loan, they won't return it back. So if you are such a person and cooperative know that you don't have character, will I sign? I will never sign for you because you don't have character. Because being a guarantor in cooperative loan means that if anything happens, my shares in that cooperative has already guaranteed your loan. So if you cannot pay for any reason, my shares will cooperative use to pay back the loan. So, and I know that you don't have integrity. The last one you took, you did not pay in time. It became a white. So you may not find people to sign for you. And that
I want to appeal to every one of us. Let us be truthful. What about other benefits? Maybe you're buying or so on. Thank God we are already doing that. Like I said to that time, maybe some of our new staff will not know that in the cooperative shop here, right inside the building, if you want to buy bag of rice, you want to buy second time, you want to, and you are not paying directly. They will give you whatever you want, bulk purchasing without outright payment. So we have that already. Buying cars, I know sometimes ago there was I remember they sold new cars. Yes, I know, even I did them. I know Dr. Nazir bought one new brand new car. So it has happened and still happen, and that is the essence of this meeting. So, and as we are saying it, we all say we are the cooperative. So our committee too, they are taking us. So many opportunities are there, and they are, they are there. We are improving, and so many new products, they are introducing. You as a member, feel free to welcome to the members of the management committee. Free. Like we said, don't say because our residents the vice chancellor. No. He will be vice chancellor outside this cooperative. Here we are members of what? Cooperative. We are free to go and meet any of the members of the management committee. See them, give them idea. You have an idea because it's about our cooperative. So give them the idea that can we do this? I'm thinking of this. They too will think about it, they relate with us, and we do this about us. So thank you so much.
Okay, I want to add something to this issue of directorship. There has been problem about directorship everywhere. It may not happen here because this is a community where you source your payment is at source. But outside, we don't have problem with our members. What if they take loan? And there's nobody to sign for them. What do? We have options. We can ask you to go to the court. Go and do a sworn affidavit concerning it. That is legal. It is legally binding for you that you are taking loan from the cooperative. You will take it as guarantee. Number two, you can bring any of your assets, maybe your car document, your house document. You do an undertaking on it. Sometimes you can also take that to the court, so that the court can put their stamp on it, so that it will be legally binding on you. Because why are people running away? Like he said, know your people. When I don't know you, I can't sign for you. It's normal. So when you know them, you come for a meeting or you interact, it will be easier for anybody to sign. So when you don't get anybody to sign, the court is there. You can bring your assets, which you can use as a guarantee. And in case you don't pay, this thing we are holding now, we'll use it, we'll just send it off. Thank you.
And one good thing about our cooperative society is that to just apply. And for the soft loan, if you apply on Monday, you can be sure that before Friday you get a market at your account. Those who have benefited the loan. If it is the major loan, which is the cooperative loan, if you apply in November, by the time we are holding our meeting, second Friday of December, which is next week Friday now, we are going to get, we will approve it, consider, once we approve it, that very day, while the meeting is going on, they take this and go to the bank, you get your alert. So it's very easy. And I want to encourage us, especially the younger academics among us. This is a place where you can improve your life. And you can break the barrier of financial limitation. Including even, I know people who took loan to attend conferences overseas. It's good if you can get grants. It's good if you can get support from the university. But outside of that, you can help yourself. So the key to it, ladies and gentlemen, is for you to save money in the cooperative. If you save money, if you are determined, if you are focused, and you target it, I want to increase my saving in the cooperative, let's say to 1 million. What that means is that you can take a loan of 3 million. Because in our cooperative here, you can take 3 times of what you have there. It's the easiest way, and the interest rate is low. What we want to celebrate is to see our members telling us that they took loan, they've completed their house. We want to see our members saying that I will not do this before. I've said it here. We had a meeting that the union organized the other time. I was challenging academics that look, some things you have to do to make your life comfortable. Get an inverter in your house. You can take loan to make an inverter in your house. Why should you be staying in a place where there's no power supply? The cooperative will give you loan to have an inverter. You can use cooperative loan to buy the things you need for your career. Get a printer, everything to make it easy. And these are things I will tell you that I have practiced. I have a printer in my house, so if I need to do anything that has to do with printing or photocopy on a Saturday or something, I have no regret because I know I have a printer in the house. I can print on Sunday. Some of these things will involve you sacrificing something, but I can tell you it has long benefits. So I'm challenging all of us who have not yet taken this advantage. Let us make up our mind that from this workshop, I want to do something about my savings. And I know that God will help us. We still have a lot of people who want to talk to us, but I spoke with Pastor Bodi. He was here last year to speak to us. He was our main resource person last year. And I said, because of his experience, sir, you cannot come here and not brought something for our people. You must say something that will be beneficial for our people. So I'm going to call him his first call.
I think let me just encourage the best way you can enjoy cooperative. One, every kind of opportunities like this for training, make yourself available. What has been said here today, if you are not here, you can't gain anything from it. Make yourself available for training, make yourself available for meetings, and then thirdly, be truthful with cooperative. If you are truthful with cooperative, the sky is just the beginning. If you need an advice, seek for it from the board. I want to do this. Is it the best thing? Even if you done your visibility studies and also, because in the management board, you have people who have various and diverse kind of experience. They may not do that business. It's just like myself. I am not into business per se. But ladies and gentlemen, anything about business, I will answer you. Why? I just use the difficulties, the challenges of people that we have seen before to advise you. So please come to meetings, attend trainings, and then be truthful with cooperative. It's kind of just my limits. Thank you so much.
Professor Kale, someone has something to say.
the president and our resource person, great cooperators. Let's say good afternoon once again. I just have a pieces of advice to give. One, it's cooperative, it's our common weight, and we should all guide against it jealously. Two, the leadership of our cooperative, we know ourselves. My resource people have talked about this thing. If you don't have good leadership, if you don't have leaders that has integrity, there is no way you will flourish. We experienced it in this university. There was a cooperative here that we had leadership problem, and we ran that cooperative planning. Up till now, we are still battling with it. Where am I going? When it is time to elect leaders, we should not allow leaders who do not have integrity to emerge. So we need to know ourselves. Our resource people submitted, we know ourselves. We know our character. We should ensure that this commonwealth is in the hand of tested, trusted people at any point in time. If not, I think we are going bigger every day and cannot afford to fall at this point. And this is a cooperative that we are in the realm of billion plus. And it's because we have good managers on board. Secondly, the issue of corruption was mentioned by one of our resource persons that one of the factors that brought Nigeria down. And I started thinking, how do we solve or limit or reduce corruption? Leadership in other societies, we know how they do people's money, especially in the area of dividends, in the area of giving loan to themselves. Some will take loan, they will not pay interest. To me, it's corruption. It's not because of our own cooperative here, but you are an outsider. How can we address that area? Because anywhere there is corruption, there will be problem. So I want us to guide against that. If we know that everybody is corrupt, don't aid and abet him. Let us isolate him. The issue of going to court to go and make affidavit, well, it may work in some other places. We have people who change jobs. We trace them to their source. They change jobs, they hide their identity, we cannot trace them. And they are living. They are owing us money. We are on their neck. It's not of corruption. We are talking of being honest in whatever we do. Be just humble, be honest. That will sustain you to any level. So all these variables are things that are guiding us. But the issue of corruption in our own cooperative area, we thank God. We thank God. And we need to thank our bigger association, ASU union, because they monitor and guide and advise on how leadership of cooperative emerge in this area. And I hope that people will be honest enough to give us, if anybody is not right enough to lead us, provide adequate information so that we can block that person from emerging to be part of the leaders. So on this note, I want to congratulate the ASU cooperative. I want to appreciate our speakers and my president. God will continue to lead us. Thank you and God bless.
I want to tell us that you can change your narrative through this cooperative. You can change your story through this cooperative. When people come and say, I want you to give me money, I say, me too, I'm borrowing money somewhere. So let me take you to, what you need to do is that you to go there. And I keep telling people, if you go to people to want to borrow money, they will give you stories upon stories why they cannot help you. But if you come to cooperative, this is our cooperative, we will not give you stories. We will not give you stories, provided you have savings there. So I look forward to the next 1 year that there are some of us that our social status will change, our stories will change. You cannot be in academics and you will still remain the same after 5-10 years, and it will be well with us. Thank you very much.
Tí àgbàlagbà bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ tó ń láàbò, kí náà sọ pé ó ń ṣe? Our leaderships are weeping for us. Kí ló ń ṣe àwọn èèyàn yìí? These are opportunities. Come! How I wish I can take everything in their heart and find a way of injecting them. Maybe people in is something that will just take that thing and inject it into people and it will be working in them. Because I read through their mind as communication person and I feel that no, what they are saying is making sense. How can you be in academics? Because the way they look at us outside, people believe that we are okay. And we are okay. We are not poor people, except those who impoverish themselves. And the way you can be okay is implant yourself into societies like this. You need 10 million and just tap your fingers and they say 10 million is there. Whether you borrow or you don't borrow, at least you don't steal. Nobody knows where you get it from. And that is it. We pray as well will continue to flourish. The leadership will not fall. They will also continue to work stronger and stronger in their personal life too. And it's on that note that I want to do one announcement that next Tuesday, that is December 9, OOU is organizing an orientation program for new staff members to improve their capacity and their excellence in their academics, and that is excellence. Prof said something that about changing narratives outside there. The synonym of ASU is strike. A student once told me about 2 weeks ago, they said universities are on ASU. And I said, so ASU and strike is synonymous. So there should be a way of changing the narratives, and this is one of it, by improving our capacity, that people will know that no, they help themselves and they also help even non-members as much as possible. So next Tuesday, newly employed academic staff members in the university should gather here for that orientation to understand the university very well and know what you can do to grow quickly and fastly in the system. And I want to invite the chairperson of the planning committee of this very beautiful program, the person of our mother in the academia, Dr. M.M. Dosumu, to come forward for the rest of the announcements and also give the vote of thanks. You are welcome, ma'am.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm thankful to the board for giving us this opportunity. We are blessed. And on behalf of the planning committee, I want to thank our resource person, Professor Tunai and Mr. Melo. Thank you very much. Thank you for honoring this, our short event. And thank you for that educative and very inspiring lectures. And I want to thank all the participants. Thank you very much for your patience. Thank you for believing in us. Thank you for investing in OOU. Thank you for everything. And I hope the next time we'll be calling you, we'll be around. And I want to especially thank the board. Thank you for this real privilege. Thank you for giving us money to carry out this assignment. And I want to thank the planning committee. In fact, they've done really well. Thank you so much. I've enjoyed your cooperation, I've enjoyed the hard work, I've enjoyed your resilience, everything. Thank you. So ladies and gentlemen, on this note, we are closing this special training. And for the announcement, all our registered, let me put my glasses for the announcement. All our registered members, financial members, please sit. You need to fill a form. The form is going to take you just 1 minute. If you are in a hurry, you can go. Please. But please, if you are not in a hurry, sit, fill the form. And for all our new intakes, our new staff,